welcome to you all.
Hi,
We will be underway
God's
very
Own
shortly
Medicine,
once all the
PS4,
pleasantries are complete.
Medic
I'm
Maniac
Peter Drury, and
YouTube
here
here.
with me in the commentary box, I'm glad
I'm
to
going to
report,
read you
is Jim
something
Beglin. Thanks, Peter.
while
It's
you
a
watch
pleasure
this.
and a privilege for me to be here.
Under the heading FIFA Killer, Konami opens a new season of rivalry with EA's FIFA in what may be the best Pro Evolution Soccer game ever made. No matter how good Pro Evolution Soccer is, it will never outsell
That gets
FIFA.
things running.
Even when the series was in its prime back in the PlayStation 2 days, and FIFA was at its lowest ebb,
Back to
it
the
was
keeper.
still never the biggest seller. So if the number one thing you look for in a football game is whether it has all the proper names and official kits, then just continue on and buy FIFA 17 as usual. But if you care what the game actually plays like, and whether it is fun and accurate simulation of the real thing, then Pro Evolution Soccer 2017 has no equal. When talking about the rivalry between FIFA and PES, it's not hard to reach for a comparison with the plucky league champions Leicester. PES may not have the money of its big-name rival, but it has the heart and the ability. Even though many of them have been good games in their own right, there's always the feeling that FIFA has merely bought its way to success. But PES has got there purely on its own merits. In truth, it's actually PES 2016 which was the breakthrough in quality. And this year's game is more just a refinement of those achievements. Passing is noticeably smoother and more accurate. For example, as to is shooting, which now allows much more control over the amount of power you put into a kick. Although the most significant improvement is the dribbling, which allows such precision control you'd swear the ball was stuck to the player's feet, as if in footy games of old. The artificial intelligence is also notably better, not necessarily in terms of ability, but in the fact that other players make mistakes and play like actual real people. They're not robot drones that obey your every command instantly, and they all have their own individual skill, mapped with impressive accuracy from their real-life selves. Again, this isn't necessarily a new feature, but while this has always been one of PES's calling cards, it never worked better than it does here. There are still flaws, of course, although the unreliable goalies from last year have certainly tightened up their game. But the referees are as useless as ever, although this time they've changed from strangely lenient to just completely unpredictable. You could argue that's realistic as well, but being on the wrong side of an unfair decision is far more frustrating than a teammate occasionally taking too long to get where you want him. There's also been little change in terms of options and modes. Excuse me. Although you can now change team tactics much more quickly from the pause menu, rather than burrowing away through interminable other menus. As you might expect, there's no equivalent to FIFA 17's new story campaign, but there's also little important change to Iconic Master League mode, and while online play won't be switched on until later in the week, it's hard to imagine that my PES has improved enough to be anything but second best to FIFA Ultimate Team. But while on the technical level PES cannot compete with FIFA's graphics, especially not this year with the adoption of Battlefield's Frostbite engine, the animation remains excellent and a pleasure to watch. You can see the physics engine struggling to keep up at times, but since it's usually working to keep up with the flow of play, that's easily excused. The facial likenesses of top players is also extremely good. That doesn't solve the problem of no licenses, although PES 2017 does have a few such as Liverpool, Arsenal, Barcelona and Borussia Dortmund. And that's on top of the UEFA Champions League Super Cup and Europa League. More importantly, you can edit the kits and names yourself, to make them correct, or, more lazily, wait until someone else does it and download it from one of the PES fan sites. Of course, with FIFA 17 not out until September 29, it's impossible to know exactly how it stacks up next to PES 2017, but based on demos and early feedback, it'd be a genuine shock if it turned out to be as good as this. If it does though, then all the better, as that would mean that 2 of the best football games ever made were released this year, instead of just 1. In short, more a refinement than a revolution, but this builds on the achievements of last year's game to ensure one of the finest sports games ever created. Pros: newly improved passing, shooting and dribbling is better than ever, and the goalkeepers are much better than last year. Surprisingly good graphics. Cons: the referees are more unpredictable and frustrating than ever. The physics engine can suffer the odd hiccup. Few genuinely new features. Score: 9 out of 10. That, dear people, is the review that I read from the site that I read, which is Metro's Game Central. And the reviewer was Mr. Pinkerton on Tuesday the 13th of September 2006 at 2 PM. So it states here on the website. I can link that when I put this up for everybody to read. I'm not singling Metro out, just to have a go at them, although I am having a go at them, because that's the site I read and I don't trust it. I think they write a pack of lies. I think the reviewers lied, and I think that somebody somewhere took bribes or money to write that shit. If you've seen the goals that I've put up from PES 2017, they're worth watching again and again, and nicely I made a couple of GIFs of them. Why doesn't the review talk about the brokenness of the game? Why doesn't it do that? Why doesn't it talk about the dodgy collision detection? The fact that the AI can score and cheat to score? If the AI can cheat to score, which I've clearly shown, I've shown it to be a fact. It's not fiction, like that review's fiction, in my opinion. It's just a complete fabrication of the truth. It's a bastardization. It's misleading. It's fraud, in my opinion. That's what it is. I've shown facts you can't fiddle with. I haven't fiddled with the game program. I only got it the other week second hand. I played it. The first match I played, 65th minute match. What's a 65th minute match? A 65th minute match, dear people, you can find it on PES 2016 because it was all the way through that. And this is one. I can pass the ball back to my goalkeeper and the opposition won't move until 65 minutes. Oh, look at the clock. 63. 64. Get ready, 1, 2, 3, 65. Here they come. So I changed the camera settings there because obviously you can't get out of playing it. And the AI is set up to be really defensive. In this one I just showed the fact that basically the AI won't move until 65 minutes. I have another one. Here's one I made earlier. To show how the game actually plays when I'm playing it. So that's coming up a bit later. But, a 65th minute match is where the AI is set up to defend. That's all they do. They're not interested in attacking. It's up to you, the player, to actually try attacking, and then they'll kick your player so aggressively, like this, to get the ball back, and they'll have speed boosts and stuff, and there'll be genuine speed boosts. You can actually check from the replay which player's going quicker, and if you look at the numbers on their back, you can go to marking, and then you can pull up their stats from marking, and you can compare the two players that have been running and find out which one's really faster. And what you'll find is that sometimes the AI player will have a slower speed than yours, but he'll be going faster on the pitch because the AI cheats to give itself stat boosts. So the kicking through the players is there, the cheating to score goals is there, the 65th minute matches are there. They're right, it is similar to 2016. It's a very similar to 2016. In fact, if you look at my 2016 videos, you'll be surprised at the similarity. 9 out of 10? No fucking chance. Perhaps Mr. Pinkerton, and I'm offering, might come on my channel to discuss with me that review. Because I like to ask Mr. Pinkerton now, straight, black and white, did you take any bribes or any payment to write that? And I'm not just singling out Metro. If you go onto Metacritic, you can have a look at the professional reviews that people who get paid, who know more about games than you and I, could possibly ever do. Who are we? We're just customers. We just play the damn things. We just pay to play them. We wouldn't know anything about games, would we? Not at all. You'd have to be a paid reviewer to know. So I'm asking the other reviewers, how much money? Did they get paid? If so, how much? Did they accept bribes? If so, how much? To keep giving PES 9 and 9.5 out of 10. And I'd like to ask Konami, are they ever going to stop conning the public and releasing broken games every fucking year? I'd like to ask the YouTubers who make money out of making it exciting to get in. They get free copies from Konami. Thanks for the freebie, Konami. Oh, that was a chance. If they feel happy that they're promoting a product, because that's what they're doing basically, they're promoting a product that's broken, so other people will go, oh yeah, that's exciting, I'll have to buy that. That's what you're doing. Well, I got mine second hand, and I'm proud to actually be one of the YouTubers who doesn't make money from shit, who actually, you know, makes videos for the benefit of other people to show them the facts, the truth of what's going on in the industry. Because the facts are that review sites are adverts, and 9 and 9.5 out of 10's adverts, and the facts are that the industry is corrupt. And adverts that give games that broken, they don't mention the brokenness. Why don't they mention the brokenness? Why don't they come on my channel and explain to me in kitchen sink English why they don't mention anything about brokenness? This is an offer from Medic Maniac, God's Own Medicine. I'm right here and you can talk to me. And you can tell me. And I genuinely want to do this. I genuinely want this debate. Because in my opinion, from what I'm playing, the reviews are corrupt and they are fraudulently misleading the public so that other people can make money out of them for broken products. Right? That's what's going down, people. Okay? They're not telling the truth in the reviews. They haven't. So they couldn't tell the truth if their life depended on it, in my opinion. And 2016, 2017 proved that. Like I say, I have another video incoming. In the meantime, as always, take care, people.
I think, Peter, there's a pretty simple explanation as to this performance and scoreline. Impotence. Cure that, and they'll give themselves a chance of winning something. And from us both, good afternoon.